Human beings are purpose driven creatures. You'd notice that when you have something to look forward to, like a goal, your energy would be very different. You'd feel pumped, inspired, ready to take action. On the contrary, when you don't have a goal or anything to look forward to, you'll notice a drop in your energy levels. No energy, no inspiration. Plus, you don't know what to do with your time. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about how to get ahead in life and thrive. Naturally, when you hear the word ahead, the other word that comes to mind is competition. So, first things first, I would like to clarify it that I stand by the idea that your only competition is with yourself. My first step when it comes to getting ahead in life is to set a goal. What's important here is to be very realistic and divide your goal into specific steps. For example, one of my goals is to move abroad. Now, this is a very vague statement. I don't know what to do, how to go abroad, where would I settle, who would I live with, my apartment situation, things like that. I have no clue. But if I divide it into some specific steps like finding a job, then budgeting and financing, finding an apartment, whether if I'm going to share it with somebody or not, like some specific steps that I can take towards my goal, then I am moving towards my goal. So, what I mean by setting a goal and being realistic and specific about it is that when you set a goal, you divide it into some actionable steps that you can take towards it. Remember that you cannot achieve your goal all at once, you need to divide it and conquer. Another goal would be to lose 10 pounds. How am I going to do it? It's again a very broad statement. Until unless I have a plan, like portion control, cutting out carbs, doing exercise, things like that, I am going somewhere. But saying that I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, that's not doable. You're going to lose the spirit. My next step for you is to commit to your goal 100% and remove the resistances. Now, what do I mean by resistances? For example, in my case, there are a few things that I need to deal right now, right away. Otherwise, they might become a roadblock for me and might cause some problems in the near future. So, I need to cut out the resistance in my path. Make sure that whatever is in the way of your goals, you remove it. Or just, take another pathway. Even if not consciously, they are going on in my subconscious and they are somehow consuming my energy. There is also this possibility that you might achieve your goal without having to deal with your resistances or roadblocks, but you'd be exhausted by the end. So it's not really worth it. Make sure that you remove the resistances right away. The resistances can be in the form of distractions as well. One very common example of a very common distraction for everyone these days is social media. We're constantly scrolling, mindlessly scrolling, and our minds have become monkey minds these days. And it's not serving anybody, to be honest. The sooner we realize, the better it is for us. Cut out the resistances, the roadblocks, be very, very focused when it comes to your goals. Another thing that you can do is to block out some time and do your specific thing in that time. Be very specific, be very disciplined and strict with yourself when it comes to using that bubble of your time. Do not let anybody or anything distract you and focus on your goals entirely. Next step, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, I admit, but do not compare yourself to anyone. I know you've heard it a million times, so have I, but let's face it, all of us know not to do this, and we do it nonetheless. But do not compare your chapter 6 to anybody else's chapter 16. You don't know the struggles behind, you don't know what they're going through. Nobody likes to put up the dirty parts of their lives. Nobody would show the ugly side of their life on social media. I think social media is everybody's happy space and they're just sharing it with the world. You have a roof over your head, you have clean water, you have food. The fact that you're watching this video right now tells me that you're not in that bad state. So count your blessings, be grateful for whatever you have, and with a grateful heart, move towards your goals. Work hard towards what you want. My next tip for you is to develop a sense of internal validation. Stop seeking it from others. Stop seeking external validation. Do what matters to you. These are your goals. You don't need anybody else's permission to achieve your goals, just your own. When you take a chance for yourself, when you work on your goals, you'll see how things change for you. Start doing it. Validate yourself. Also, when you make a mistake, learn to forgive yourself. Recently, I made a really big mistake on my job applications, and it was the same mistake on around 20 applications. I was always afraid that I might do something like that. You can say that my fear turned into my reality. When I realized, I was in a complete shock. I didn't do anything for the next day. I only told my sister that something happened. What I really appreciated was that I did not judge myself. I wasn't being harsh to myself. I just took a break, some space to clear my head, because when you make a mistake, you panic. And when you panic, things go wrong. It's a cycle. You don't want to enter that cycle. So, what I did, I took a step back and from a fresh mind, I thought about it, what could be done. Whatever damage was done, but there were still some applications that I could resubmit. So, I did that. And no judgment. Human beings make mistakes. So, what? Let it go. My point being that in life, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And if you hold yourself accountable on each and every one of them, it's not going to be a good life. Don't be so hard on yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. So what? You made a mistake. Everyone does. As long as you've learned your lesson, it's all good. You need to move on. Learn your lessons, bless the road, and move on. My final tip for you today is to mind your business and don't let anybody poke you while you do that. The latter being very important. Why? If you let people disturb you, you're not gonna give it your 100%. It's not gonna be your best shot. So be very protective of your goals. Do not share them until or unless you've achieved them, I'd say. Whatever you do in life, give it your 100%. The law of sacrifice tells us that you cannot achieve anything until or unless you give something in return. As in, if I want something, I need to invest my time or energy or money on it. If I'm not investing anything of my own, I'm not going to get anything in return. All right, I hope you gained something valuable from this video. My wish for you is to become your greatest version, your highest self, and for you to develop a growth mindset. That's all I want from you. In case you want me to talk about a certain topic, just let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.